What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Wealth Not Wait channel. I am your host, as always, Joseph Coisa. And on today's episode of Making a Mogul, I believe Making a Mogul episode 9, we are watching another Ben MALLAH video, everybody's favorite large, angry real estate mogul man, Ben MALLAH, from garbage to gold, getting your start in real estate. Now, I imagine it's going to talk a lot about getting debt and things related to it. I'm going to try and relate that, obviously, to Landa and what I'm doing and how I would approach it. Again, I'm not an expert on real estate or anything. I'm learning, just as hopefully you are as well, and following along. But this is just kind of how I would try that and take that approach. And again, comparing it to Landa and how I can use that to improve my real estate buying. So in the last video I showed I was buying a couple properties, and some people, I believe, used my code because I got a couple referral program stuff, so thank you for that. I really appreciate it. That's not the reason why I do this. I do this to show people my journey in real estate and how I'm figuring it out along and trying to educate people along the way. But again, I do greatly appreciate it. If you use that referral code, it's in the description below. If you use it, awesome, great. If not, and you just want to follow along and get your start or try something new or just enjoy watching the videos, that is the goal and very appreciated. So again, doing a little house cleaning before we jump right into the video. I'm going to, what I think, do is kind of make this like a season of Making a Mogul. So I think now that this is episode 9, I think we're going to do a stop at episode 10 for the year, and we'll pick it back up after the new year. So I think what we're going to do is, given how this is coming out the week before Thanksgiving, at least hopefully, if I'm fucking on top of my shit, it'll come out the week before Thanksgiving. We'll skip Thanksgiving week. We'll do the week after Thanksgiving. So it should be the last one, I believe, the end of November. And then December, we just won't have one. And then we'll pick it up with season 2 of Making a Mogul after the new year. That's kind of what I'm going for. I'll make the determination next episode, if that is going to be the case, or even if it isn't. I still have like $15 to $20 left in my Landa account that I haven't purchased some real estate with. So I'll either purchase something new or talk about it if I'm putting it into something I'm doing, and just kind of do some house cleaning and clean up and finish up for the end of the year before then we go into it. If I do stuff after that, I'll say, hey, the next 2 episodes are going to be the last 2 episodes or something like that. So I'll give a little bit of advance notice, at least for an episode or 2. But that's what I think I'm going to do. Just then, because I could work on some other projects and bring you guys some other great stuff and not have to just do this consistently. I'll do some other things and try and do that for the end of the year. And then we'll pick it back up January, somewhere around that, or beginning of January, probably after my birthday. But something along those lines, that's what I think we're going to do. But now we're jumping in the video, from garbage to gold, a Ben MALLAH video.
Get a loan, find a deal, and then we'll talk about bigger deals.
That one was a really easy one. He filmed that on his birthday. I love Ben MALLAH. He's fucking awesome. He lives not too far from me. Every time I pass the beach, I'm like, that's Ben MALLAH's house. And my family and friends are like, oh, we fucking get it. Stop talking about him. I love this man. This man's so fucking funny. He's so wealthful in knowledge. He has a great personality. And he's just someone who I'm genuinely happy to learn from. He's a great person to learn from. This one was pretty simple. He talked a lot about credit. He talked a lot about having money. And something he spoke on that universally financial advisors, anybody who's successful, anybody who's very happy with it, is get your fucking house in order. He said you have to have 10 grand in cash. You have to have money that's not going to kill you, not going to break the bank. Make sure your fucking bills and everything is paid for first. That's, if you don't have 10 grand that's not going to kill you, you shouldn't even be thinking about getting in real estate. And that's something that's very important, is you need to get your house in order first. Everybody talks about that. Not saying you need to get rent and do this and do that. Getting it to where you're somewhat stable and, okay, I can live, I can eat. I'm not going to die if I put this money out and start using it as an asset. I don't have any liabilities. I limit my liabilities. I'm using now the money as an asset, but I'm still able to get my house in. If I'm required to take care of someone, if I have these kids, if I have someone I'm married to, whatever the case is, I'm able to take care of them and myself. I'm not underwater trying to go out and reach for something when I can't even take care of my own situation. That's very important. And something I highly think is important to take care of too. Everybody renownedly says you need to take care of yourself and make sure your situation is in order before you go out and try and kick ass and do more. At least to the basic degree. So once you do that, he says $10,000 and get an FHA loan if you don't have a house already and you haven't taken out a house. Again, me being somebody who's not a huge fan of debt, but I understand if I do purchase a house one day, He's saying it's up to 4 units, 3% down. Obviously, I would want to put down as much as I can. But if one day, again, I do decide to purchase a house, and I could put up minimum of 3, but I, of course, would want to put up more, and I could get a 4-unit property for a reasonable price, depending on the credit of this, I could probably manually underwrite it instead of using my credit, because I don't really have credit. Instead of doing something like that, that's something I could use instead of doing that process. But again, if you're going to live in a house, if you're going to purchase a house, you can do something like a 4-unit home, where you're going to be going into that situation anyway. And having something that cash flows, instead of just purchasing a house and then doing real estate on the side, you now have 2 to 3 other units that you can cash flow and essentially would pay for your house. Again, if you're doing that already, but you want to limit the amount of debt you have. That's from my personal experience. But then, like he said, if you are going to use debt and you are going to use credit in doing that, make sure your credit's in order. Make sure you go into the bank and saying, here, I have money in the bank, I have good credit, I have a good job history, here's how much income I have, what do you need to see from me? And working with the bank. The bank is your friend. That's, again, even if you don't use credit, that is any situation. If you're using investments, if you're doing anything, the bank is your friend. Having that person who hopefully doesn't charge you a whole lot, but then they store your money, they provide the service of allowing you to invest, acting as a brokerage, giving you a savings rate interest, providing some kind of opportunity, taking out a loan one day, maybe manually underwritten, something along those lines. However you decide to set up your financial situation, your bank is your friend. Even if you're like me, with someone who doesn't use debt at all, the bank is still my friend. It offers brokerage information, it offers the ability to have a debit card, it offers the ability to have a savings account, it offers the ability to do a variety of options and then give me interest on the money I'm giving to them that they're eventually lending out. They also provide a variety of services. So some financial services I have, like say if you're going out and purchasing something for a financial security, like a bond or something, you have to have a bank say, yes, this is their account, and submit that if you're going to change that. It's like a security measure. You have to have a good relationship with the bank or notaries or anything like that, business accounts. Whatever the case is, the bank is your friend if you use them wisely. If you're taking out overdraft fees and doing it what a lot of people do, they see the bank as an adversary, and that is not a strong financial relationship. So, like he said, get your money, get your house in order. He said use credit. Obviously, that's how he built it up and used it. But regardless of what you're doing, get money, get your situation in order. And that is the same thing kind of as Landa. I have my situation in order here, and now I'm applying, granted, a small amount of money, but I'm applying money that's not going to kill me. That's like with all investments, into something that's hopefully going to grow and cash flow. So if you guys like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what do you guys think of Ben Mallah. Have you purchased a house? Do you use credit? Do you not? And you're like me and you're debt free, and that's your goal. And have you tried Landa? Have you tried these principles to Landa? And have you found something successful with any one of those questions? I'd love to hear your input. If you guys like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.